Bloody hell, I had a message waiting for me. Ellis, how's it going, mate? Got 2 of you in already, wow. It's a good start, kicking things off well. For those of you who are new, this is Taff's Word Live every Monday night, 10 PM. Oliver Davis is in. Now we're kicking things off nicely to start with. So, what do you guys want to talk about tonight then? There's an awful lot going on in the football world right now. How crap Liverpool are, how crap Arsenal are, how good County are, except for Saturday. So, what we got now? Aiden is in, Phelpsy is in, Lewis is in. Hello to you all too. So, let's say a lot of things going on in the world of football right now, so I'm up for talking about anything. Starting 11 for Saturday. Well, against Yeovil, you've got to attack. We're at home with a really good record. You've got to take the game to them. You've got to play an attacking team. I think Dolan's got to come back in the centre midfield. I think evening, Greg. What games are you least confident on this month? I don't know really. I'm never not confident anymore. I'm always going into a game confident. Hello Scarbs, LATV, hello. Big crowd to start with. That's I think that's the most lively opening minute we've ever had. Okay, starting 11. Phelps, you wanted to know. Andrew Hump. Well, you're all coming in, yeah. Hope we beat the Yeovil scum. Well, yeah, I wouldn't so much call them scum, but yeah, I hope we beat Yeovil too. Andrew Humphreys is in. Matty Dolan, he left because you're shit. Yep, definitely is doing it. Definitely want to sing that one, yeah. Did you see how many Swansea brought to West Ham? I didn't, Aiden, no, unfortunately. How many did they bring? Scarves prediction for Yeovil, I'm saying 2-0. Yeah, 2-0. 2-0, clean sheet, happy days. Get back to winning ways. Will Newport send Yeovil to deletion? Well, I've got a feeling we're going to beat them quite comfortably, but I don't know. I mean, they're holding their own somewhat, Yeovil are at the moment. I think against the bigger teams, they're faltering. Against the smaller teams, you know, they're doing all right. Obviously, they got absolutely pumped by Luton on the first game of the season. And when we were 3-0 down, I thought, oh, shite, we're going to do another Yeovil year. But we held our own in the second half. It's just a shame the damage was already done. Good evening, Rob. Would I start Lamar? Yes, I would start Lamar, and purely because you've got to. Oh, we got stolen memes for stolen chavs in again, guys. Let's bully him out, shall we? Yeah, I start Lamar because you've got to put someone else up the wing so Newell stays in the centre. I'm saying that Newell's got to be in the centre because Newell's got to be on the end of these balls that are coming into the box. Right then, so just about 1,000 Swansea fans, considering teams usually bring. I think that's a poor effort from Swansea, to be honest with you, Aidan. I agree with that. So we've missed out Big Man and Wooly Bully. Hello boys. Hello to you all. Do you still work in game? No, never have, never will do. Right, yep, so we picked up on Aiden's Swansea fans, how many they took. Callum, yes, my G. Right, okay, that's how we talk. Happy days. Luke, Kevin, do you think Dan Coughlin will score for Yeovil? I don't know, really. I don't think anyone will score for Yeovil. I've predicted a 2-0 clean sheet. I think we're going to win that one quite comfortably on Saturday. What went wrong on Saturday? Good evening, big lad. Thank you, Jack. What went wrong on Saturday was basically we showed Luton too much respect. We gave them too much time on the ball. We tried to sit back a little bit too much. And our best part of the game was when we actually took the game to them. When we actually attempted to penetrate their defence. Because I don't think we really committed the men forward. And when we did, we didn't do an awful lot with it, so we were leaving ourselves open at the back. But when we really, really aggressively went at them, we were quite convincingly the better team for that 20-minute period. Unfortunately, we only got the 1 goal, but we had some really good chances. It could have been a much closer game in the end, but can't really complain. Luton were the better team. Yes, Big Man, was definitely nice to meet you too, mate. Thank you for that. Hope to see more of you. Ellis Williams, Lamar rips defences apart, but he gets past players like Newell, but a bit faster and with skill. Yeah, the only thing with Lamar Reynolds, he's only really played non-league. In the Football League, I think he was finding it a bit difficult. I think he found it difficult in the Stevenage game. But I say he's coming into his own now. He's doing all right. The more games he'll play, the more experience he'll get, the more he'll learn how to take on Football League defenders. So I think you've got to play more. Right, so Lamar Reynolds on the left, Newell in the middle, with Wilmot on the right, yeah. And there's a good point there. Would we drop Amond? I don't think it's worth dropping them on. I think Reynolds, and I think what we need to do is play a back three of three defenders. We got to have Wilmot on the right, Lamar on the left. We need to be playing Dolan is in a quarterback's sort of position. It's similar to the Xabi Alonso for Liverpool back in the day. We got to have Labardi smashing people. I'd say basically if you play it a little bit like Liverpool did that season, where you have Mascherano, obviously Labardi would be our Mascherano, except better at going forward. Not obviously better all round than Mascherano, but I think you know what I mean there. Dolan playing in the obviously in the what's it called position, the Alonso position, and then obviously playing Steven Gerrard would be Sean Rigg. In my opinion, we gotta play attacking. We gotta go for an attacking team. There we go. Woody Buddy, 1,000 for FGR. Reckon we will. I reckon we will. I remember the season we went up, we took 1,200 there. So 1,200 for FGR. We took in 2000. I'm trying to think the year 2012. It was Boxing Day of 2012. The season we went up to the Football League and took 1,200. I think at this point I can't see any reason why we can't take 1,000 at the FGR. Definitely. The Donovan wasn't expecting anything against Luton. We never win there. Nothing but 3 points Saturday against a Yeovil. Yeah. Luton, like I say, we've never won there. I thought this season might be different, but like I say, it's just one of them grounds you just can't go there and get that win. It's different. Like, I mean, a similar ground, Portsmouth, we won there all the time except for last season. And Luton, it's just a horses for courses kind of thing, you know. Right, Callum, why is this the best channel? Well, I never really said that it's the best channel. I think we do a good bit of variety. There's something for everybody. Obviously, I do this. Some people might think I talk a lot of shite, but, you know, plenty of you coming in here thinking that I obviously do all right on you. But then there's obviously the gaming stuff, the compilations. We got funny videos, we got atmosphere videos. We got a bit of everything on this channel, you know. So surely there's something for everybody on you. I think dropping Harry. I think you need to reword that one, mate. Unless I'm missing something there. Stolen memes for stolen chavs. Newport ass shit didn't even win last week. Well, try spelling week correct, and I might start taking you seriously, mate. Aidan, have you made the words for the Pride of South Wales song? Yeah. So it's the Pride of South Wales #1. You know it's true. You scum in blue. And then the bit that follows on afterwards. Only allowed 800 for FGR. Well, that's weird because Swindon took 1,100 there the other week. So I think we should be able to take the same, to be honest. I can't see any reason why they would only let 800 in. And word has it, they haven't even got any disabled facilities for our supporters, which will be appalling if that turns out to be true. Oh, you corrected yourself. Well done, mate. Still not going to take you seriously, though. Big man. Hammond isn't great. He isn't a handful for defenders. I'd bring back Aaron Williams, give him a chance in that team. Well, he's scoring goals, isn't he, for Brackley. The only thing is, though, he's scoring goals 2 divisions below. I think if he went to a conference team and did the same, then I'd be a little bit more confident about giving him a shot. But Marlon Jackson's sort of come back, and like I said, he's got to prove himself now. Like I say, he's been given his contract, he's been backed by 3 managers, got to go prove yourself, but obviously when he's fit. Dropping Newblay would keep Jim, what's Jim? Oh, him sharp, right. Dropping Newblay would keep him sharp. But I think dropping Newblay may weaken our attacking option. At the end of the day, he's a beast, isn't he? He's really difficult to knock off the ball. He can beat players, he can hit the ball, he can head the ball. He's the ultimate all-rounder. I mean, if he scored more goals, he'd be out of Kindy. But, I mean, he scored 5 so far. I can't see any reason why he ain't going to go and score more. Right, okay, I've lost myself here. I accidentally... Alright. Bloody hell. I've missed absolutely loads here, guys. For some reason, I've pressed the little arrow button by here. And, right, so I got the big man's Hammond isn't great. Right, dropping Newblay. Stolen memes, get out of here. Well, he'll probably stick around. I think if we just ignore him, that'll be the one. When these people try to troll us, they, you know, they don't tend to respond well when you ignore them. So ignore him. Stolen memes is Wesley, probably. Did you see Mark running after the bus? I didn't see Mark running after the bus. I didn't go on the bus. I go with my fiance and her family. But I did hear about it. And he's lost one of our drumsticks, the little shite. So I got to order more for us, unfortunately. Yep, not good, but there you go. At least new drumsticks might bring a new sign. Might be even later. You never know. Right, Luke Kevin. Do I think Dan Coughlin will do Untold? Oh, I don't understand that. Sorry, mate. Right. Bully. Luton Vile Club knew this trouble would happen. Why let us out? Same time can only. Yeah, there was a little bit of fisticuffs outside. That's what happens when you let both sets of fans out at the same time at a football match. You know, that's pretty heated in the ground. I mean, the football match itself was quite heated, but then between the supporters there was a lot of pretty fierce banter going on, and you knew that sort of thing was only going to happen, and they just let the Luton fans just waltz right through the middle of all of our fans, and then they started making off, and you know, thankfully there was no punches thrown, there was no arrests made, and no one got hurt. But that's what happens if you don't, you know, if your security fails at a football match. Right, Rob. Saturday was a terrible game. Also, after the match was told, sorry, I have to start that one again. Saturday was a terrible game. Also, after the match was not good. Got kicked. Told the police. They told me to fuck off. And Luton is a shithole. What is a capital of Pakistan? Luton. Oof. Tough words here, mate. Well, what happened? Did you get... Who got kicked? Did you get kicked out or physically kicked? I don't know what that means. Sorry, mate. Big man, we need Rig back on free kicks. I disagree with that one. I think Wilmot is a prime free kick taker with his right foot, and I think Demetriou is clinical with his left foot. So Demetriou took the left foot. Maybe give Rig the chance. If Demetriou misses one, Rig has a go. You know, a little bit like some teams do with penalties. When someone misses one, they give somebody else a go. Ellis Williams gutted, missing Swindon away to go watch Wales. Well, why would you go and watch the egg chasing instead of watching County? Come on, Ellis. That's a schoolboy error, mate. Phelps, now we're talking tactics now. I like this sort of thing, dissecting the tactical game of football. In my opinion, back to a 3-5-2. Day, centre-backs White, O'Brien, Demi, yeah. Left midfield Butler, right midfield Wilmot, 3 centre-mids, Tozer, Dolan, Labadi, strikers Newblay and Armand. Newblay should be dropped over Armand. Newblay's been shite recently. His form ain't been great, I'm going to be honest with you, yeah. But that Chesterfield game just shows you what he can do if he's in the centre. Now, I understand why he's been playing on the wing, because he beats players, he gets down that side, he beats players, he cuts inside, he outpowers them, he outpaces them. But the thing is, like I always say, you want Newblay in the box to get on the end of the ball that he puts in. So you need somebody else getting down the wing, and if Reynolds can do it, Reynolds should be given the opportunity and see if he can get that ball into Newblay. And if they start linking up a little bit better, or if Amon starts linking up with him as well, brilliant. But with Newblay out on the wing, we got no one in the centre to connect to the balls that he's putting in. Right, Flynn doesn't rate Wilmot. I heard him say, watch him. Yeah, I don't think it's so much that he doesn't rate Wilmot. I think it's just the banter that they got. They got a really good, strong camaraderie within the squad. They got a really good team spirit. And, you know, banter comes into that. So I'd say, I don't think it's so much he doesn't rate Wilmot. He wouldn't have signed him otherwise, you know. So, yeah, move on to the next one. Make a Minecraft Let's Play. Minecraft, I never played the game. I can't say that Minecraft is a crap game because I never played it, but it's just not really my cup of tea, to be honest with you, mate. But hey, if you're up for doing a Minecraft game on this channel, then feel free. Bring us in some views. Only allow 800 FGR. That's piss poor, that is, isn't it? Well, why does Swindon get allowed 300 more than us? Right. I can Stolen memes for stolen chavs. There we go. Reported. That's no good. Taking that message out. I have reported you, pal. Can't be saying things like that on my chat. Lewis, can't wait for Forest Green away. Can't wait to get a hot dog. Oh, wait. Yeah. Well, funny enough, I've found hot dog costumes, for full body hot dog costumes, and I might be thinking of getting myself one and going as a hot dog. I think that would be pretty funny, to be honest with you. No, but then inflatable burgers, inflatable hot dogs, you know, just do what you want, you know, maybe even take in some steaks and throw them into the home end. But I just don't... I disagree with completely taking away people's choice now. It's one thing to be a vegetarian yourself, but forcing it on people when you go to the football. You want a nice meat pie, you want a burger, you want a good hot dog, you know. If meat is what you want to eat, it should be available. And I think the Football League should be doing something about that, because if they made it so there was no vegetarian options and said, no, I don't want any veggies eating at my football ground, I think the vegetarian community would kick up an absolute fuss. Do you agree? So for FGR to not make a meat eaters option, I think it's just as bad either way. Who agrees with that? Greg, not bothered about Saturday, to be honest with you. We've got there for decades. We'll be okay. Back to winning ways on Sat. Amon needs another up there with him, yeah. Let's see. Moving Nubley into the centre. Yeah, so Callum, I've reported his post. I'm not sure if he gets kicked from this now. I'm not sure if he gets kicked from this chat, but hopefully so. If not, then I'll find a way of doing it somehow. Ellis, yep, you'd quite rightly state in there. We play against Sid Nelson on the weekend, and I hope he gets a good round of applause from everybody. Wesley's been ruled out of the Port Vale job. Good. But then at the same time, I was kind of hoping he was going to end up coming back to Rodney Parade with an opposing team so he could get the reception he deserves, basically. Right. Phelpsy. Seen a stat saying Wilmot and Butler both in the top 5 in League 2 with successful crosses, which is amazing considering Butler's barely played this season. That's a really good statistic, that is, and considering... Well, I'll tell you something then. If that's the case, if we're playing attacking against a team that we're hopeful of getting the win against, that stat pretty much proves that them two should play on the wing. So Phelpsy, I'll tell you what, I like your team selection, your 3-5-2. I think that would be absolutely perfect for Saturday. We want to play attacking football, we want to please the home crowd, we want to get a bit of buzz about the place, because that's the thing, I mean, winning the odd game 1-0 at home is just sort of taking away that excitement, because we start the season excitingly, but the odd 1-0 win at home just isn't quite cutting it. So what we need is another Chesterfield. We want a 2 or 3-0 or 4-0. We want to absolutely smash someone like we did against Grimsby, but score the goals this time. Have the two strikers in the box waiting for the balls to come in instead of trying to get in the wings themselves and put the balls into nobody. So yeah, Phelpsy talking a lot of sense there, mate. Chris Ball and his love affair with Graham Wesley. Getting old now, mate. Come on. Phelpsy, Amon is like Bowden. Will score you goals. Simple. Yeah, I'd say it wouldn't be a good move to drop Amon, because, like I say, he's the kind who'll just get you a goal out of nothing. You know? I mean, he scored 3 goals so far. I mean, you look at strikers at County. You tell me how many strikers scored 3 in like their first 5 or 6 games. Not many. Big man. Nubley is the best player at the club, can't be dropped. Absolutely. Absolutely. He's head and shoulders, you know, above most players in this league, Nubley. But like I say, he got to stop getting down that wing. He's got to be in the box waiting for the ball. Or if he's going to do that dribbling thing, dribble through the centre if he can. You know, if there's 2 of them, he can dribble through, pip the ball into Amon, and then if Amon's drawing the defender away, he can skip past him and get through on goal. I mean, the way 2 attackers can work together through their movement on and off the ball together, you know, there's so many things you can do. Right, Andrew Humphreys, Dolan against his former club. Quite rightly so, yes. He was their Fans Player of the Year last year as well. Need to bounce back straight away. The reaction from the Morecambe defeat when we ended up beating Grimsby 1-0. I know we only won 1-0, but in that first half we slaughtered them. just couldn't put the bloody ball in the net. The amount of goal line clearances, that's got to be a record. Surely there's a record somewhere for most goal line clearances in a half of football, and I think that should hold some kind of record there. Yes, we're playing against this whole club, but we're having a nosebleed up the promote slots. But can we maintain the impressive start of the season? To be honest with you, where we are right now, 10th at the beginning of the season, if someone said after 11 games you're going to be in 10th place, so I'd have snatched that, absolutely. But we've started really well, we've shown we're capable, but at the same time, we've shown that we're not unbeatable. You know, I mean, we played against big clubs, and we've come good in some, we've come bad in some. We played against small clubs, we've come good in most, but we've also fallen short in some. So it just goes to show, you know, we got a good squad there, we're building something there, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. That's pretty much it, you know, just take it a game at a time. You know, that's the one thing the Great Escape taught us, is that we got to take things a game at a time. I still think that mentality is still within us, you know, from where we took that from last season. So let's move on, because I'm falling well behind you, Scabs. I'm back behind the dugout for Saturday. Good man. Been up in the press box for home games so far this season. Tell us a bit about what you've done, mate. I'd be interested to know. You know, what have you been doing up in the press box? Big man be at the game this weekend. Awesome. I hope many of you will be. Can't drop Tozer at the moment. He's been superb. Absolutely. Yep. Tozer, just like having a whole new signing, isn't he? Tozer come back to full fitness. Under Graham Wesley, didn't want to play for the club. Without Graham Wesley, does want to play for the club, and he's given an awful lot when he has been playing, so fair play to him. I think he should retain his spot. I got a feeling Rigg may get dropped for Dolan on Saturday, but we'll see. Will Dolan even start? We don't know. Luton are generally a goal-scoring team. Funny enough, you helped my mate's Acker. Alright, so us losing meant your mate, did he win his Acker? How much did he win? It better have been worth it. Betting against the county, how dare he? Harry Jarvis, he's good, but I don't think a change for a game would hurt, and maybe give us another attacking. Right, okay, you know, I see what you're saying there, Harry. Yeah, other players should get a chance. Just because he's a great player doesn't mean his place should be set in stone. Absolutely, but at the same time, dropping him, you never know when he's going to have a really good game, like a Chesterfield. You never ever know. So even with Amond as well, any one of them could just go out and just go and win a game just all on their own. And if we drop them and we're losing 2-0 and then we bring them on and they get a goal, but they haven't had long enough, you know, it's just these. I'm glad it's Flynn who has these headaches and not me. You know, he'll pick the team, and then if we win, he's a hero. If we lose, then, you know, he'll get the wrath of Stav, shall we say. Keely D, would you start Sean Mikulski on Saturday? Depends what sort of attacking game Flynn wants to play. If he wants to play a really fierce and fast one, then Mikulski would be an ideal candidate to start the game. But I've got a feeling he's going to stick with Noble and Amond. Right, so Rob, this is the explanation, I believe, for what he was saying about Luton. Fan walked past the coach with police cone and went to throw it at our fans. I stopped him and he hit me. And I take it the police didn't do anything about it then. So that's not good. I've seen it all started kicking off a little bit. I didn't realise you were in the centre of it, mate. Hope you're alright. Stolen memes, yeah. I'm not talking about that sort of thing. You know, I mean, that's just an awful thing. But, you know, we're talking about the football now, mate, okay? Right. I can block him, can I? Right, let's do that. Let's click on him. Aha. And good night, Irene. There he goes. Cheerio for now, mate. Right. Cheers for that, Aiden. I didn't notice the block button on there then. I reported him, but it didn't block. There we go. Back down to Rob. Should have left Wilmot on Saturday after we went off. We went, but yeah, we started smashing them. We were quite easily the better team for quite a while, and then all of a sudden, bang! And it was when Wilmot went off, but. With Reynolds coming on, we should have been getting the ball out to him, fresh-legged, with all that pace on him. We just weren't looking for him. Not until it was too late anyway. Right, what do I think of Newport's players' ratings on FIFA? Jack, right, we've got a video which I've done. I've narrated going through the pictures of the FUT cards for each Newport County player on FIFA. Check it out after you finish watching this, mate. It is a few videos down. Right then, Luke Kevin, please give a shout out to Jamie Buckley. He's in hospital after slitting his wang. He's a big fan. This isn't fake. Right, first of all, I want to know, how did you slit your wang, for one? But, you know, anyone who goes through something like that deserves a shout out, I think. Yeah, so Jamie Buckley, here's a shout out to you, mate. Hope your wang gets better soon. And it isn't fake. Well, I didn't just give a shout out to a fake wang injury, so there we go. Let's move back onto the football now. Phelpsy, I'd drop Newble if he's poor again. At the end of the day, like I say, no player's position in the team should be set in stone. Absolutely not. You know, but if he is poor, the thing is, Newble can do something special, and you know that. If you've watched him at all this season, you know he's capable of doing something special. But like I say, no one should be guaranteed a place in the team. It'd be a shame if he went on, if we decided to drop him on the game that he decides to be bloody good. Right, and Aiden, if the Hammers aren't playing, I'll have to go to FGR. In the away end, I hope. Rob Parsons have got a hot dog suit. I tell you something, mate, I could have banked on that one. And I hope you wear it to Forest Green. Should do the chant, he's eating pie by Barnsley. Was that for Forest Green, is it? We're talking meat pies, or are we just talking about a chant idea? Scabs, how many do you think will go tomorrow? How many do you think will go tomorrow? Tomorrow, what's going on tomorrow, mate? Big man, it's time to bring Jazzy Barn and Bob back in the team. Maybe. He's really good going forward. He's really pacey. He linked up well with certain players last season. So, yeah, I think that's a shout. But where would he go? Would he go instead of Wilmot? Would he go instead of Pipe? Yeah, I think there's too many players in front of him at the moment. But depends what he's doing in training. If he's doing something right in training, Flynn, he'll play someone if they're doing right. Right, okay. Time to shake the team up, I reckon. Well, definitely, we do have to shake things up. You know, you can't win every game by playing the same 11, because at the end of the day, their legs are going to go. And then at the same time, what I'd mentioned about Flynn before is that he was always playing players to counter the strengths and exploit the weaknesses of the opponent. But for some reason, he's decided to stick with a winning team, which is not a problem at the end of the day, but sticking with a winning team wasn't working in the beginning. What was working was playing the right team to like I said, counteract the strengths of the opponent and exploit their weaknesses. So I hope he sort of goes back to the drawing board on that one. Right, okay. Liam Phelps missing a number 10, the Sheehan role. Rigg not consistent enough. Same with Tom Evans. Reece Cole injured. The player we miss at the moment. Well, Josh Sheehan has come back from injury. I believe the loan deadline ends in November. So let's see how Josh Sheehan is. I mean, he may even play against us in a week's time. We don't know. Do we need a Poole back from United? I think Regan Poole is now League One Championship and above, to be honest with you. So I think Regan Poole's one that's long gone now. Starting 11 is a playoff side, yep. Overall squad's just not enough depth. Yeah, I'd say in midfield we don't have enough depth at the moment. I think for striker we have with the lone players. Although Quigley has still got a lot to do to prove himself, I think. But defence we're looking good. I know we just got to take it a season at a time now. I mean, if we can keep hold of Flynn as manager and we keep building it every year, I think we will see ourselves in League One soon enough, as long as we keep building things up. Right. Edward Ridley, meet me before the match at Knott's Away pre-match drink. Sounds good to me, mate. I don't know what pub I'm going to end up being in, though. So we'll have to wait and see when we get up there. Tintin. Good old Tintin. Is this your first? I think this is your first, isn't it? If not, correct me. But Tintin's first appearance on the live stream. And Tintin, what a man. What a man he is. What's your thoughts on the Jazzy Bon and Bob situation? Reckon he's fallen out with Flinney? If so, why is he still at the club? I think Jazzy Ban and Bob has got a lot of potential. I think the fact that he was signed on for another year, I'm not sure if it was something that he was able to trigger or whether the club was able to trigger. But I can't. The thing is, we've seen really good signs of him coming forward. I just don't think he's defensively right. And the people Flynn's been putting on the side, each side of the pitch, has basically been brushing up on the defensive work. Butler come on in leaps and bounds, and I think that's probably Wayne Hatswell's influence on him. Maybe Jazzy Ban and Bob hasn't responded as well as what Butler has, and maybe that's why he's being left out. Maybe Wilmot's defensive work is better, but Wilmot is doing really good coming forward as well. But I think Ban and Bob has always been weak in the defence, in the defensive area, and I think he needs to work on that a little bit more. But coming forward, he's a top player, so I can't see any other reason why he wouldn't be involved. Ellis Williams, 4-3-2-1. I mean, were we on a countdown or are we doing a formation? Oh, it looks like a formation. Happy days. Day, centre-backs, White, Mickey O'Brien, 3 mids, Labadi, Dolan, Tozer. Right, okay. I don't know who that is. Can Rig. Tozer, Can Rig. Or And Rig. I don't know. 2 up top, Reynolds, Newell. Interesting. It looks like sort of like the diamond sort of formation. Not diamond, a Christmas tree formation. Could work. Only thing is though, in League 2 you tend to find the use of the wings is important. Playing a 4-3-2-1 would possibly take away our use of the wings unless we were going to play Rig and Reynolds as wingers either side of Newell. Play it more like a 4-3-3 kind of thing. Maybe so. Something to think about, I suppose. Charlie Corton, 3 wins and a draw at home. Can we go one season at home unbeaten? No. I don't think any team's ever done it in the low leagues before, and I don't think they ever will. Being unbeaten at home, we're talking about 23 matches. 23 games to remain unbeaten at home. It just probably, I can't see it happening. I think we will lose a few games at home, but I don't think we're going to lose many. I can say that much, but I don't think anyone's capable of going for a full season unbeaten at home. In the lower leagues anyway. Greg, against dropping Newell, just needs a couple of games in the centre. Agree with that. I'm impressed with Flynn's analysis and after-match comments. Rational, in Flinny we trust. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Flynn's no mug. He knows his football. He knows how to say it straight as well. But I'm a bit of a sucker for someone who's not afraid to say it how it is. And he does it every game, thankfully. So yeah, in Flynn I certainly trust as well. Alright, Harry Jarvis, Flynn should change the attack, depends on the team we are playing and the defence, even if it means dropping Newell or Amon. Well, anyway, you've got to be a brave manager to drop strikers like them, and if he's brave enough and he does it, and it works for him, then he's a genius, isn't he? So we'll leave the decision making to Flynn on that one. But if it was me, I'm going to put myself in this position, if it was me, I would keep Newell and Amon, but make sure Newell stayed in the centre and played sufficient wingers that would keep getting the balls into the box for them. Love City, hate Argyle, Exeter fan, who's a regular. Good to have you back, mate. Hope we beat you over on Saturday. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Looking like you guys are still doing well. You had a little hiccup against Notts County. You certainly recovered well from that. So keep it going. I think you guys are still going to go up. Charlie Corton, so we're talking formations and starting lineup still for Saturday. I like this. I like it when everybody else puts their examples on instead of asking me all the time. This is great. Goalkeeper Day, yep. Left wing back Dan Butler, centre back White, centre back O'Brien, centre back Dimitru, right wing back Pipe, centre mids Labadi, Rig and Dolan, Newell, Amond. Now I'd be happy if I saw that team. That's a good choice, that is, Charlie. 5-3-2, obviously with the wing backs, as long as they're fit enough to run up and down all day and they keep putting the balls into the box for Newell and Amond. Be happy with that, absolutely. Aiden, only 5.5 months till my first county game, unless you draw Maidenhead in the FA Cup. Draw Maidenhead in the FA Cup, we'll go down and beat them and you can come and enjoy it. Scabs retracted the message, hopefully there's something else down there. Phelpsy, 9 from 10 points this month, I'd be happy. Or 9 to 10 points from this month, I'd be happy. Would expect 3 wins from our next 3 league games and 2 difficult games at the end of the month. Yeah, pretty much. I'd say any month where you're taking 9 to 10 points, you've got to be extremely happy, and that's going to be pretty much playoff form, isn't it? So, yeah, happy with that. Yep, I agree with you there, Phelpsy. Lewis, next Tuesday, isn't it? Next Tuesday is Checker Trade. Yes, we're home to Swansea in the 23s, but only the Bisley will be open. But we'll get the Bisley Rock and we'll get the flags, we'll get the drum. get the Bisley involved for once. Rob Parsons, yeah. Scabs, makes sense, doesn't it? You're dull. Oh, I could think of some words, mate. Just kidding. Woody Bully, yeah. You're an effing reporter, mate. Yeah, what he said. Rob Parsons, 600 next Tuesday. 600 home fans. I'm hoping we'll push 1,000. I hope at least 1,000 County fans fancy popping 8 to watch, us play against Swansea's bright and hopefuls. Scabs, damn it, had a bimbo moment. Yeah, pretty much. Would you fight? Is that the Chelsea Bakayoko? Yeah, at the end of the day, if someone started on me, I wouldn't back down. I don't back down from fights. I try to talk myself out of it because that's just who I am. I'd rather not get to the fisticuffs, but Bakayoko, just because it's Bakayoko, I wouldn't back off him or anything like that. If it came to the crunch, would I fight Labadi? I wouldn't want to because I like Labadi. I wouldn't want to have to beat him up. Just joking. Labadi probably kicked my ass, to be honest with you. Scabs doing press stuff after the game is great. Get to watch the interviews. Mark O'Brien keeps trying to distract the players whilst they get interviewed. He's funny twat, yeah. Yeah, he seems to have that, sort of banter about him, Mark O'Brien. Who saw the commentary thing that him and Demetriou did? I thought that was really funny. I enjoyed that. I hope they keep doing that because I know Butler and Labadi did one on because they scored the goals in the Crew game, didn't they? I hope they do more of that. Right. Oh, CAM. Right, I'm with you now, Alice. There we go. Jazzy should play against Swansea in the Checker Trade Trophy. What a good opportunity for him to get himself into Flynn's thoughts. Yeah, agree with that, Lewis. I'd like to see that. Yep, CAM, right. I'm with you on that one now, Alice. Spurs are tight bastards, only giving West Ham 5,000 tickets for Wembley. No gate receipt money either. I think that's a bit poor. You give tickets, you're supposed to give a percentage for the amount of tickets that the club sell directly. So I think that's a bit of a poor show from Spurs. And, I mean, what have we got? I mean, I don't think there's any obligation to league games. I know when it comes to cup games, they're obliged to give 10% of their stadium to away fans. So 5,000 tickets, what do you reckon? You take more than 5? Well, you probably would take more than 5,000. I reckon you should get at least 8,000. I'll back you up on that, Aidan. Phelpsy, might be worth sticking Newblade at number 10 and seeing what he can do. Looked okay there pre-season. Yeah, I think Newblade makes a better number 10 than a number 9. Definitely a better number 10 than a number 11. So, yeah, stick him in the centre at number 10. Him and Amon playing off each other. See what they can do just in that little area, get into the hole and try and exploit the centre-backs together. Kevin De Bruyne or Paul Pogba. Gotta say Kevin De Bruyne, to be honest with you. Not because I dislike Man United, but looking at the two of them, Kevin De Bruyne offers so much more. Paul Pogba is too hit and miss for Man United. De Bruyne tends to turn out a good game every time for Man City. So consistency wins that one, I think. Big man. Good old-fashioned 4-4-2. Love it. Day, Pipe, White, Mickey, Butler, Reynolds, Dolan, Labadi, Rigg, Amond, Newblay. I think defensively we would suffer with that one. Not because of the right side, but because of the left side. Nothing against Butler. But I think we're better with 3 at the back than playing full-backs and 2 centre-backs. But not a bad. It's your time. Yeah, usually after about 35 minutes, that's when I start yawning. Well, my bed's calling me. Yeah, we got a few minutes left on this though, so I'll make sure I catch up before I start calling time on this one, guys. So big man, yeah, I like an old-fashioned 4-4-2. Whether it would work for us, I don't know, but you never know. Could be worth a shot. Lewis, I've never been in the Bisley before. I have once or twice, only for smaller games and things like that, but we'll get the place rocking. We will. Is the Hazel closed to the Swansea? If so, where would the main atmosphere be? The Hazel's closed, it means only the Bisley will be open, but that'll be where the atmosphere will be. We will get it going. Expecting 4,000 at York Road for Maidenhead versus Aldershot. Is Aldershot quite close to Maidenhead? I think it is, isn't it? Opinion on Coutinho goal versus Newcastle. Just goes to show why Barcelona were willing to pay so much money for him. Not only can he dribble, he can pass the ball with precision, and he scores goals from free kicks and, as you say, from open play like he did. Yeah, absolute class act. Ellis Williams, I think we need to try a totally different team in the Checker Trade Trophy. Should we take it seriously? I think it's always worth taking a cup seriously, because where there's a cup run, and with cup run, you got money, lots of money coming in. Obviously, the Checker Trade Trophy won't generate as much as an FA Cup or League Cup run, but still generates money. So every cup competition should be taken seriously, but as long as the league is our bread and butter, as long as we stick to that. What passes, I think because of the good start, our fans' expectations are high, I'd still take top 15. Absolutely, we've got to be realistic. We nearly fell out of the Football League last season. To look at playing League One the season after would be shooting far, far too high. I think taking a top half or mid-table finish is, I think, the best bet. To just be realistic and just take an improvement on last season. Liam Phelps meant Wilmot at 10. Well, Wilmot did used to be a centre forward, so I understand that. I think he's utilised better as a winger, personally. He has got a good whip into the box. So, yeah, there's that. Wilmot, number 10. Maybe worth trying, but I think Newblade would make a better number 10 with Amond as the number 9. Alright. Tom, stop bumming Coutinho. Main aim for me of the Checker Trade, come through with no injuries and try out players that don't play regularly. Yeah, absolutely. But at the same time, we do want to win games because there's money in it for winning games. I think we're capable of beating the Swansea under 23, so it's worth taking that one seriously. But it is an opportunity to play some players that wouldn't usually figure. What's your dream? Now, I have many different things that I'd consider to be dreams, but I want to specify we're talking football dream. My football dream would be Newport County in the Premier League, of course, but what do you guys think? Would we become too much of an uptight team if we became a Premier League club? Would we lose our character somewhat? Don't know, but we don't know till we see, do we? Would you keep Newblade for 3 years or keep White for 5? It's got to be White for 5. I think there's more Newblades out there. There's plenty more where he came from, I think, but players like Ben White, he's a pretty special player. He didn't have his best game, didn't have the best game for us on Saturday, but just goes to show football players are human too. But White for 5, because after that 5-year period, well, within that 5-year period, we'll make 6 figures, well, 7 figures on him quite easily. Ellis Williams, will Swansea bring their proper fans? Probably not. They'll bring a few, mind you, because last year they brought a few, but I wouldn't expect to see a lot of fans there, no, not from Swansea. Phelpsy, White for 5 will be Premier League. Yeah, White will be a Premier League defender in 5 years, possibly even 3 years. Harry Jarvis, where to in the Bisley will the Amber Army be? I suppose we've just got to walk in with our drum and our flags, and then we'll just see where nature takes us, basically, what feels most natural to us. Possibly on the halfway line, right at the back. We'll bother the director's box. Big man, the Swansea fans that will be at the game are probably Swansea fans from Newport. I don't think we have many of them. I think it's mainly Cardiff we have in Newport, unfortunately. But you do get people who'll jump on the train because it's only an hour each way. So by the time the game's finished, they can be back on their train for 10:30, be home for 11:30. Yeah, it might be a nice little night out for some Swansea fans. I know quite a fair few came last year, so fair play. It would be nice to see some more. Riggy is central attack midfielder. Yeah, he's very tenacious. He's good with the ball at his feet, and he can pick a pass out. So Riggy is a central attack midfielder. Yeah, absolutely. Nice bit of banter between West Ham and Swansea. Welsh national anthem and God Save the Queen were ringing out in the most boring game. Well, it was a 0-0, won in the last minute. You know, 0-0s are not always boring games, but usually you see that scoreline and you think boring. On this occasion, according to Aidan, it was. Under 21s, yeah, so it's Swansea under 21s, but plus they got to play some first team players. So we'll see. Let's see who they bring. Woolly Bully. Ben White, not how high he'll make it, but he'll be playing next season. That boy destined for the top. Absolutely brilliant. But as Rob quite rightly points out, he did have a poor game. Tozer was really good. But Ben White just showing that the guy is human. Right under the camera. Yep. Most underrated player in the Premier League. The most underrated player in the Premier League. Wow. I tell you who I think. Davis at Southampton. should be looked at an awful lot more. And maybe Noble at West Ham, maybe. I think centre midfielders that do an awful lot for their team, that some may guess under the radar. So there's that. Obiang, he's decent, but like I said, I think them two. Right then, guys, we're going to wind this one down from now on if we can, please. I've caught up, which is great, but then I think we need to get our last questions in while you can, and we're going to call it a night. My bed is calling me, unfortunately. In that 3-5-2, this is Phelpsy again then. In that 3-5-2 with Button and Wilmot, quality of delivery would be good, which Noble and Orman can profit from. Absolutely. As you said, both of them in the top 5 for most successful crosses into the box. You're playing both of them. You're utilising both wings. You're going to create chances. And with 2 strikers like Noble and Ormond, we're going to take some. So, yeah, agree with you wholeheartedly there on that one, Phelpsy. If you could ask Newport Keynes any question, all right, what commitment would you like from them, Harvey, Kenty, Rodney? Right, so I've touched on this in a couple of blogs before. Welsh Rugby Union are looking for council investment to help improve the ground. I think the council should say, as long as the county can carry on playing there, we'll put some money in. I think that is what I'd ask, because they pushed it. They're the ones who said they want football and rugby played in the centre of Newport forever, for the rest of the time. Fair enough then. Put your money where your mouth is then, Newport Council. And help us out a little bit. Gylfi been shit than most Everton players have. Gylfi Sigurdsson never made it at Tottenham. Went back to Swansea and done great. Gone to Everton and not looking great. What's the odds of him ending up back in Swansea in a couple of years? Noble and Carroll have both been poor lately. Well, West Ham in a whole have been poor lately. I mean, they've managed to grind a couple of results out. So, I think Slaven Bilic, his time may be coming to an end pretty soon, I think, mate. Best striker in League Two. Best striker in League Two, I'm going to have to say either John Akindi or James Collins. Here we go. Rex at the fan, love City Hate Argyle, another good stream, mate. Thank you, mate. James Murphy, love these streams. Yeah, appreciate it. Enjoy doing them for you guys. Enjoy taking the questions. How many would take the Forest Green? We'll take all 800, I think. Big man, great stream again. Thank you, mate. Looking forward to seeing you too. Night, Aiden. See you in 5 months or next week on Tassword Live. You'll see me next week on Tassword Live, hopefully, but definitely when you do come to your county game, we will get to meet and we'll have a good chat. It'll be good to meet you, mate. Greg, nice one, Chris. See you next week. Thank you, mate. Big man, good night. The council will do fuck all as per usual, Woody Buddy says. Well, let's hope that's not true, but, I share your scepticism on the old council situation. S. Williams, good kick to all the other people's teams. Yeah, good luck. Yeah, there you go. You correct yourself down there. Nice one, mate. Great stream again. Thank you, Lewis. Appreciate that, mate. Rob Parsons with the hot dogs. Happy days. Good night, mate. Lewis, good night. And we got any more before I press this little finish button up in the corner here? No. Right, guys. Thanks all for getting involved. Oh, there we go. Woody Budd. I'll be coming home from the Wales game, watching the stream next Monday. Right, so I'll be watching the Wales game. That's going to be fresh in my mind. An awful lot to talk about next week. Obviously the Wales game being part of it. One thing we haven't really spoken a lot about on this is Wales, so I hope to pick up on that next time. But guys, I've taken 50 minutes of your time now, so we're going to call it there. Thanks again. It's been a great one. At points we were on about 35 viewing all at one time, so that's great. It just goes to show. 38, there you go. Superb, absolutely. Thank you all very much. Really appreciate all the support that you give, and keep watching all the other videos. Who's watching the gaming series at the moment? Who's seen Newport County's recent promotion to League One? More to come though. More to come. Absolutely. Up the county. That's a good way to end it. Up the county. That's the way. And here's my term. Cheerio for now, guys, and up the county.